She needs to go to prison to pay for the crimes that she's already committed against our country.
Hi everybody, my name's Mike. This is my YouTube page, Mox News. Okay, I'm just gonna break Donald Trump right there for a second and let you know that if you want to see the full Donald Trump speech, it's available at the Alternate Mox News YouTube page. There's a clickable link in the text body of this video. On the YouTube page in which this video is posted, there's a little box underneath the video right down there, and it says Alternate Mox News YouTube page. Click here. Click on that link. It'll take you right over to the Alternate Mox News YouTube page. Donald Trump's right at the top with his big tell all Hillary Clinton speech, which there's a lot more to tell, Donald. You know, that speech could have been another hour and a half long, and you need to be a little bit more you need to be a little less robotic. That's what people like about you. Not that I like anything about you, except for that you're destroying the Republican Party. But you need to, just loosen up, forget about the teleprompter. You can check back on it when you're ready. Just continue to go off on Hillary. Hillary is just one of the most horrible human beings on the face of the planet. Right up there with you. You know one when you see one, right? I mean, so please destroy Hillary. Destroy Hillary. Focus everything on destroying Hillary. Okay? I don't want Donald Trump to be president. I want even less Hillary to be president. I want Hillary in prison. Just like Trump says, that's where she belongs. That's where she belongs. To make the world a safer place for children. It's that simple. If we can just save one child's life, put Hillary Clinton in prison, and you will save children's lives, guaranteed. Because she doesn't give a shit as long as she gets money and power. Thank you very much for tuning in. My name's Mike. This is my YouTube page, Mox News. I'm going to cut back to the Donald Trump speech now. If you want to see the full speech, it's available at the Alternate Mox News YouTube page. Clickable link in the text body of this video. Right below the video down there, it says Alternate Mox News YouTube page. Click here. Please do that now. Thanks very much. Thank you for your continued support. Mox News survives totally from generous people putting a little something in my bowl. Generous people like you. Because of that, Mox News has been able to be on YouTube for 10 years now. 60,000 videos. 500 million video views plus. 60,000 videos plus. Okay, so thanks very much for allowing me to do that. I really appreciate it. Really super appreciate all of you helping me out in that way and making this possible for everyone. So stay cool. One of these days this war is going to end for sure, not with Hillary Clinton as president. We all know that for sure.
Here's some of really what we learned from the book, in addition to what we've already discussed. A foreign telecom giant faced possible State Department sanctions for providing technology to Iran and other oppressive regimes. So what did this company do? For the first time ever, they decided to pay Bill Clinton $750,000 for a single speech. The Clintons got their cash. The telecom company escaped all sanctions. Hillary Clinton's State Department approved the transfer of 20% of America's uranium holdings to Russia, while 9 investors in the deal funneled $145 million to the Clinton Foundation. $145 million. Hillary Clinton appointed a top donor to a national security board with top secret access, even though he had no national security credentials although he did make a very large campaign contribution. Hillary Clinton accepted $58,000 in jewelry from the government of Brunei when she was Secretary of State, plus millions more for her foundation. The Sultan of Brunei has pushed oppressive Sharia law, including the punishment by death and stoning if you happen to be gay. The government of Brunei also stands to be one of the biggest beneficiaries of Hillary's Trans-Pacific Partnership, which she would absolutely approve if given the chance. Hillary Clinton's book, and just think of this, the book talks about it, but Hillary took $25 million from Saudi Arabia and much more from others, where being gay is also punishable by death. Hillary took millions from Kuwait, Qatar, Oman, and many other countries that horribly abuse women and the LGBT citizens. To cover up her corrupt dealings, Hillary illegally stashed her State Department emails on a private server. She's under investigation, but it seems like nothing's going to happen, even though other people who have done similar things, but at a much lower level, their lives have been destroyed. It's a rigged system, folks. It's a rigged system. Her server was easily hacked by foreign governments, perhaps even by her financial backers in communist China. I'm sure they have it, putting all of America and our citizens in danger, great danger. Then there are the 33,000 emails she deleted. While we may not know what's in those deleted emails, our enemies probably know every single one of them. So they probably now have a blackmail file over someone who wants to be the President of the United States. This fact alone disqualifies her from the presidency. We can't hand over our government to someone whose deepest, darkest secrets may be in the hands of our enemies. Just can't do it. National security is also immigration security, and Hillary wants neither. Hillary Clinton has put forward the most radical immigration platform in the history of the United States. She's pledged to grant mass amnesty and in her first 100 days end virtually all immigration enforcement and thus create totally open borders for the United States. Totally open borders. And by the way, 16,500 Border Patrol agents have endorsed Donald Trump, first time in the history that they've endorsed a presidential candidate. The first victims of her radical policies will be poor African American and Hispanic workers who need jobs. They're also the ones that she will hurt the most, by far. Let me share with you a letter our campaign received from Mary Ann Mendoza. She lost her amazing son, Police Sergeant Brandon Mendoza, after he was killed by an illegal immigrant because of open borders and policies supported by Hillary Clinton. Sadly, the Mendoza family is just one of thousands who have suffered the same fate. Here's an excerpt from Mrs. Mendoza's letter. Hillary Clinton, who already has the blood of so many on her hands, is now announcing that she is willing to put each and every one of our lives in harm's way, an open-door policy to criminals and terrorists to enter our country. Hillary is not concerned about you or I. She is only concerned about the power of the presidency and the power that it would bring. She needs to go to prison to pay for the crimes that she's already committed against our country. That's from Mrs. Mendoza.
Compassion stirred the Buddha to send his monks out into the community. Sworn to chastity and poverty, they wandered the roads, bringing the Buddha's teachings into the world. Go forth, monks, for the happiness of the many, out of compassion for the world. There are beings whose eyes have little dust on them, who will perish if they do not hear the teaching. But if they hear the teaching, they will gain liberation.
The monks exist by begging. We think of begging as kind of a bad thing. Begging in this tradition is a good thing. It's a sign of spiritual purity.
You're not allowed to beg tomorrow's lunch today. Only today's lunch. Then you can't eat from noon until dawn the next day. Then you have to go out and get another lunch. And then in exchange for lunch, you give a lecture. Unless they say we don't want to hear about it, then you don't. But that's the only thing but that forces you to interact with the lay community.
And if you're not serving them, if you're not doing something useful for them, they won't put anything in your bowl, and that will be the end of your community.